this video, we'll discuss how to apply for a mail-in ballot and common mistakes to avoid. Catherine, if I live in St. Joseph County, Indiana, and I want to apply for a mail-in ballot, what's my first step?
Your first step is to procure an application to vote by mail. And so you can go to indianavoters.com. You can download an application, or you can fill out the application online. You can mail the application to the county clerk's office, downtown South Bend, at the county city building. So those are the three ways that you can submit an application.
Now, how will I know if my application has been accepted?
So if your application has been accepted, it will be noted on indianavoters.com in your voter portal.
And what if my application is rejected? Will I be notified of that fact?
You actually will be notified. If we cannot process your application under the guidelines of the law, we are actually sending a yellow postcard to those whose application is rejected. And so you will be prompted at that point to reapply.
Now, what are some common mistakes to avoid if I want to make sure that my application is accepted rather than rejected?
Well, first, make sure you're registered to vote, because some people send in their application and they're not registered to vote. I believe maybe some people think that the application itself is a way to register to vote, but you must actually be registered to vote prior to submitting your application to vote by mail. Also, failing to mark one of the 11 excuses that is allowable to vote by mail in Indiana. Additionally, altering the application, which is not in accordance with Indiana law. For example, some potential voters have been marking COVID-19 or writing COVID-19 on the application as an excuse, and unfortunately in Indiana that is not an acceptable excuse to vote by mail. That is a decision of state government, state legislature, and so that excuse is just currently not available.
Now, do I have to sign my application? And if so, what happens if I forget?
Sure. If you mail in your application, you'll need to sign it. If you submit it online, of course, that is your signature if you fill it out online and immediately submit it. But if you do download it and send it in to us by mail, you will need to sign it. If you do not sign it, you will receive a postcard that it's been rejected.
So if my ballot is rejected and I go to indianavoters.com and it shows clearly that I don't meet the qualifications to actually vote by mail, then what is my option if I don't want to vote on election day?
So if you don't want to vote on election day, we have what's called absentee in-person voting. You will hear it sometimes referred to as early voting. However, that's a little bit of a misnomer because no ballots are processed until election day. But if you want to vote in person, you may go to the lobbies of the county city building or the Mishawaka County Services Building and vote in the lobbies from 8 a.m. till 4:30 p.m. Monday through Friday, beginning October 6th, and up through noon on election or prior to election day, so on November 2nd, up until noon. And then you can also vote the last two Saturdays and the last two Sundays prior to election day. Saturday would be 8 to 4. And Sunday, noon to 4. Again, all these times will be listed on the St. Joseph County website, but they are also listed on indianavoters.com. So I would encourage voters to continue to check those times and dates just in case something changes, but that information will be available for sure on indianavoters.com.
So lots of options for people if they choose not to brave the lines on election day.
That's correct.
Thank you.